Dear participants of the EU-China Summit 2020, my name is Lars Lindsköld. I'm from the Swedish Association of Medical Informatics, that is a council member of the European Federation of Medical Informatics. And I will hold this dedication of this conference to the memory of Ragnar Nordberg, my friend and mentor. This is the obituary testimony of mine of Ragnar Nordberg, that was born in 1936 and died in the age of 84 in October 2000. Ragnar found the pleasure to be at the sea. He was a sailor. He liked the freedom to be on the sea, to see no borders, just looking at the horizon and thinking what he would see next. That's the way how I remember Ragnar, that he was actually looking ahead much further than anybody else of us. And he liked to see that. He was born in the city of Örebro, 1936, before the Second World War. So imagine all the things he has been seeing, how the society has been changing from his childhood until today. It's amazingly to start to think about that. At the age of 32, he was taking his dissertation and become a doctor in atomic physics. He mainly focused on electron spectroscopy, and he did this at Uppsala University and was working with Professor Kai M. Ziegenbalg, that in 1981 get the Nobel Prize in Physics. Some of the things that led to this Nobel Prize was actually done, the hard work by Ragnar when he did his thesis. After his work in Uppsala, he went away for 2 years in the US, where he worked at MIT, the Vanderbilt University, and he was also a guest lecturer at Stanford and Berkeley. And then he really started to build up his international network because he knows everyone. A fun story from that time was when Ragnar told me that when he got this letter from a young man called Bill Gates that actually asked Ragnar if he could join the HP user club, that I think Ragnar was the chairman of that time. So it's a great letter to get from that person. He came back late 69, or I think it was actually more the 70s, at Sahlgrenska, the university hospital in Gothenburg, where he actually stayed until his retirement in 2001. He started as operation manager at the clinical chemistry laboratory, but he worked also as an IT manager and an IT director. And he was really starting up the informatic area at that hospital, at that university. So he is the father of the electronic health record that was used there, and a lot of other inventions when it came to use data for that purpose. But in a way, this is the way how we recognize Ragnar. Ragnar just loved to be out in the world, being in conferences, discuss with people, have people to become friends, work in networks, he gave suggestions and so on. Not only in the academic world, he was also focusing a lot of actually having people to understand what IT and informatics actually could do for them, how much easier their life could be. So he worked in SFME, the Swedish Association. I think he was one of the founders of it in the beginning of the 70s. And he also had a long engagement in EFMI, the European Federation for Medical Informatics. And he was in the board of EFMI as a treasurer in so late as 2015. I will now share some remarks from his colleagues and friends that we have received when they understood that Ragnar has passed away. Ragnar was a representative personality of European medical informatics, a constant presence in the council, a reliable colleague, and a good friend of us. I had a close collaboration with him, especially during my EFMI presidency in organizing the MIMTT 2008 in Göteborg. We will miss him. Thank you for sharing this sad and unexpected information of Ragnar's passing. He has been a friend and a mentor to me as well. During his tenure as EFMI treasurer in organizing MIMTT 2018 and the MIMTT 2008 in Gothenburg. And also for being such a source of experience when he hosted MIMTT 2011 in Oslo. Please forward condolences to Anita and his family members. He will be deeply missed. Please send my condolences to the colleagues from the Swedish Society and to his wife Anita and family. For me, Ragnar and Anita are a special couple, demonstrating love and being a great team. I will always fondly remember the MIES in Gothenburg, which Ragnar was heavily involved, and I'm grateful knowing him. I met Ragnar first in several EU projects on security and privacy. I was able to join in the 90s after the German reunification. He supported and mentored me so much in my first steps in this endeavor, including my activities at EFMI. But he also said in his statement, it's incredibly hard to accept the sad and unexpected news on Ragnar's passing. It's a big loss. I will miss him so much as a good friend and a wise colleague. Please express my sincerest sympathy to Anita and the entire family, but also to the members of the Swedish Information Association. It's with a great sorrow that I learned that Ragnar Norbert passed away. Please send my condolences to Anita and her family. I share their pain. Ragnar was a great figure of EFMI. He provided excellent links with health informaticians in Sweden. We lose a good friend and we will miss him very, very much. I met Ragnar in my first MIE Congress, and even in the short time of his comment as chairman to my presentation, I felt his willingness to pass his knowledge to the younger resources of medical informatics. I will always carry these important memories with me. Everyone knew Ragnar as an old friend. Behind the role he played during all these years as a mentor in all EFMI activities, it was always a pleasure to gather with him and Anita at our council dinners. It was in fact really fun, and I enjoyed a lot of good moments talking with him. A very sad news. Ragnar was a member of this family of EFMI. He was also a huge part of EFMI's history. He was a source of inspiration, of dedication. Really very sad news. Ragnar's activities marked a long period in the existence of EFMI and will remain in our memory forever. It was an honor and a great pleasure for me to hang out with him in work commitments, but also in those non-obligatory gatherings. Please convey to Anita and family and to the Swedish Medical Informatics Association as well the deepest condolences on my behalf and on behalf of the Croatian Society for Medical Informatics. Ragnar will forever remain in my memories. There are no words to express the sadness of this passing. He influenced many of us in so many ways, but most importantly, by keeping the child in himself alive. In the middle of the corona crisis, I recall the interview he insisted on doing with Lars, his successor, for FME Inside. 2018, he became a Jubilee Doctor at Uppsala University, 50 years after the dissertation. He enjoyed that together with his wife Anita, and they have spent so many years together. However, life has to end, and I think Ragnar has had a very good life. So I hope we can have a silent minute together and think about all the good things Ragnar has provided to us all. Thank you.